The annual budget is also an opportunity for the government to outline its priorities for the year to come. The priority of our government is clearly to provide additional resources for vulnerable sections, rural areas, and social and physical infrastructure creation. The government shall also endeavor to continue with the ongoing reform program and ensure the passage of the constitutional amendments to enable the implementation of the goods and service tax, the passage of insolvency and bankruptcy law, and other important reform measures which are pending before the parliament. Additionally, as I will detail later, we will undertake significant reforms such as the enactment of a law to ensure that all government benefits are conferred upon persons who deserve it by giving a statutory backing to the Aadhaar platform, bringing significant changes in the legislative framework relating to the transport sector or as to free it from constraints and restrictions, incentivizing gas discovery and exploration by providing calibrated marketing freedom, enactment of a comprehensive law to deal with resolution of financial firms, providing legal framework for dispute resolution in PPP projects and public utility contracts, undertaking important banking sector reforms and public listing of general insurance companies, and undertaking significant changes in FDI policy. Our agenda for the next year is therefore to transform India in this direction. My budget proposals are therefore built on this transformative agenda with nine distinct pillars. Let me first take up agriculture and farmers' welfare. We are grateful to our farmers for being the backbone of the country's food security. We need to think beyond food security and give back to our farmers a sense of income security. Government will therefore reorient its interventions in the farm and non-farm sectors to double the income of the farmers by 2022. Our total allocation for agriculture and farmers welfare is rupees 36,000 crore. We need to address issues of optimal utilization of our water resources, create new infrastructure for irrigation, conserve soil fertility with balanced use of fertilizer, and provide value addition and connectivity from farm to markets. Irrigation is a critical input for increasing agriculture production and productivity. Out of 141 million hectares of net cultivated area in the country, only 46% is covered with irrigation. The Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana has been strengthened and will be implemented in mission mode. 28 lakh hectares will be brought under irrigation under this scheme. Implementation of 89 irrigation projects under AIBP, which have been languishing, will be fast tracked. This will help to irrigate 80 lakh hectares. These projects require rupees 17,000 crore next year and rupees 86,000 crore in the next 5 years. We will ensure that 23 of these projects are completed before this financial year's. A dedicated long-term irrigation fund will be created in NABARD with an initial corpus of about rupees 20,000 crore. To achieve all these, a total provision of rupees 12,000 crore has been made through budgetary support and market borrowings. Simultaneously, a major program for sustainable management of groundwater resources has been prepared with an estimated cost of rupees 6,000 crore and proposed for multilateral funding. At least 5 lakh farm ponds and duck wells in rain-fed areas and 10 lakh compost pits for production of organic manure will be taken up by making productive use of the allocations under Manrega. The Soil Health Card scheme is now being implemented with greater vigor. Through this, farmers get information about nutrient level of the soil and can make judicious use of fertilizers. The target is cover all 14 crore farm holdings by March 2017. Rupees 300 crore has been provided for national project on soil health and fertility. Besides 2,000 model retail outlets of fertilizer companies will be provided with soil and seed testing facilities during the next 3 years. Fertilizer companies will also co-market city compost, which increases the efficacy of chemical fertilizer. A policy for conversion of city waste into compost has also been approved by the government under the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan to increase crop yields in rain-fed areas, which account for nearly 55% of the country's cultivable land. Organic farming is being promoted. Towards this end, the government has launched two important schemes. First, the Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, which will bring 5 lakh acres under organic farming over a 3-year period. Second, the government has launched a value chain based organic farming scheme called Organic Value Chain Development in Northeast region. The emphasis is on value addition so that organic produce grown in these parts find domestic and export markets. A total provision of rupees 400 crore has been made for these schemes. Access to markets is critical for the income of farmers. The government is implementing the Unified Agriculture Marketing Scheme, which envisages a common e market platform that will be deployed in selected 585 regulated wholesale markets.